What? Bang!
Whoa! Wrestling podcast. Just when they think they got the answers, I change the question.
Rep screwed rep.
Yeah!
Woo!
Who are you to doubt El Dandy? Because this guy's a serious professional.
Did he do it? Unbelievable!
I'm too hot to handle and too cold to hold. And I am Macho King Randy Savage.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty! I said WWE stands for! It's me, Austin! I will never retire!
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey, yo, Pro Wrestling Podcast listeners, welcome to the show where we don't sing it, we bring it. Help us out and click subscribe to show your support. Are you sick and tired of dropping $60 to $100 for the latest and greatest wrestling games? Stop immediately. Go to Wrestler Unstoppable, available exclusively through Facebook. Create a wrestler, sign contracts, get into storylines, headline PLEs, even build your own corporation, all included in Wrestler Unstoppable, available now to all Facebook users, totally free. If you want to become a member of the Pro Wrestling Podcast family, you want your name in the shoutouts like my good buddy John down in Texas, who I'm actually working with exclusively on some Patreon content for subscribers, then check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/Pro Wrestling Podcast. Sign up today. We got loyalty rewards, $15 a month contributor. You get to co-host an episode with myself. And $7.50 a month, you get entered into a drawing to also host a live episode with me. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Pro Wrestling Podcast. If you've got questions, comments, something you want me to touch on in the future episode, the days, news, and rumors, whatever it is, feel free to call the Pro Wrestling Sound Off line 267-642-1160. Give us those questions and comments, and we will get to those in a future episode. And please don't forget, if you want to support independent wrestling, if you are a fan of Dr. Fro and you want to come see me perform, my next match is January 10th, 2026 at Eisenhower Science and Technology Leadership Academy in Norristown, Pennsylvania, where I will be defending the Eisenhower Heavyweight Championship, and I would love to see some of my subscribers out there and supporting the school fundraiser. It's a beautiful thing that we try to do with that building as often as we can, and I would love to see as many of you out there as possible. So, this episode, look, I've taken a couple days to let it all sink in. Everybody has their reactions, their feelings about the retirement of John Cena and Saturday Night's Main Event as a whole. I felt like the show had a lot of peaks, a lot of valleys, some good things, some bad things. Let's go through it real quick just because it's been a couple days and I don't want to dwell on ancient news. I thought the Dragon Lee AJ Styles match against Javon Evans and Leon Slater was absolutely amazing. Match of the night. Loved everything about it. Thought it ended the way it probably should have. I thought the Sol Ruca and Bayley match ended perfectly because it gives Sol Ruca a credible victory over a premier talent without really hurting Bayley's reputation. Though, yes, I've heard people complain she took another loss, but you know what? This was a one of those fluky roll-up situations. I have no problem with that. I've heard a lot of people complaining about the ending of the Cody Rhodes-Obafemi match. I don't disagree with that. I think you could have still had Drew McIntyre interference because you're leading to that match, but I really would have loved to have seen it go down a little differently. Maybe cost Cody the match, even if it's in a different way. Hit him outside the ring as a count out, something like that. But I thought Oba looks solid, but he clearly has some ways to go. I think in the big situation, I think the strutting to the ring didn't really work as well on the main roster. I don't know that that'll fly once he gets there because he's somebody you could really strategically position as a top-tier good guy, bad guy either way. And, the strut to the ring I don't think is going to really serve him well on the main roster. But everything else about the match leading up to the Drew McIntyre interference I thought was pretty solid. And I think it makes it very clear that Obafemi has a beautiful, bright future in front of him, and I can't wait to see where he goes from there. Let's get into it. Let's get into the serious conversation that was John Cena's final match. Had no problem with all the tributes all night. Had no problem with the entrances. Love the way Gunther handled himself under pressure. The match itself, maybe I'm in the minority. I had a lot of people talk about how they thought the match was a really great match. I felt it was a really slow-paced match, and it really didn't do a whole lot for me in terms of impressive situations. I love seeing the Super AA or whatever. I love the fact that Michael Cole on commentary called it the Super FU or something like that, referring back to the old terminology for his moveset. I loved all of that stuff, and I will even go there. I'll say what a lot of people don't want to say, because I feel like people are either on the yes, he should have lost, or no, he should have lost bandwagon when it comes to John Cena. Should he have tapped or not have tapped? Here's the reality for me personally. This is just my opinion. John Cena losing to Gunther doesn't hurt John Cena's legacy. I would have preferred he not lose to Dominic and then Gunther, because then it really makes him look weak on the way out the door. I would have preferred never to have given him the Intercontinental Championship if you were going to do that. I think this match, if he was going to get the championship, he should have kept it and then defended it in the finals of the tournament against Gunther, because clearly Gunther is not in the plans for WrestleMania's main event this year for the World Championships anyways. And you could ride this where he would take the Intercontinental Championship and retire John Cena. I have no problem with Cena losing. I think that actually makes a lot of sense to get Gunther over. I almost don't have a problem with the choke out. The issue I have, and it's not even really the tap out. I've seen people compare this online to Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels and other people who have retired. When everybody else retires, they don't have the freaking smile on their face. It's the smile. It's not the tap out. It's not the give up for me. I get it to never give up. I probably wouldn't have had him give up. I'd have rather he passed out, just like a lot of people are saying. But if you were going to have him give up, he should not have had a smile on his face. I saw people talking about how this was closing the chapter on that character. It made him look like something that the fans have never expected to see John